This weekend we have a flyweight bout that sees Joseph Benavidez face off against Deiveson Figueiredo to crown a new flyweight king. With Henry Cejudo reluctant to defend the title that he last put on the line over a year ago, the UFC have decided to find a successor. Figueiredo is coming into this fight with a record of 17-1, winning his last two fights against Alexandre Pantoja and Tim Elliott. Figueiredo has got excellent striking and showed this against Pantoja, mixing up punches with step-in elbows. He has heavy hands and with 8 knockouts to his name, he will be looking to land that killer shot that almost put away Pantoja at the end of round 2 in their fight. He keeps his hands low, which could offer an opening for Benavidez, but he has good range management, just sliding out of distance from shots. Figueiredo has lots of awkward movements and lots of feints to keep his opponents guessing. He used this a lot against Tim Elliott, who is also very awkward with his movement, but he managed to keep him guessing with a range of strikes. Eventually Tim Elliott decided to go for a takedown, but Figueiredo showed his jiu-jitsu skills and caught him coming in, securing a guillotine and getting the tap. With 6 submissions on his record, he will be comfortable if this goes to the mat, but you will have to think he will want to keep this on the feet against Benavidez. Benavidez is coming into this fight with a 28-5 record, winning his last 3 fights against Alex Perez, Dustin Ortiz and Jussier Formiga. Benavidez showed great wrestling and level changes in his fight against Formiga. He controlled large portions of this fight on the ground and showed great scrambling when his opponent tried to take him down. Although Figueiredo has a good ground game and submissions in his locker, you have to think Benavidez will look to take this to the ground where possible. With that being said, Benavidez has power in those hands, dropping Ortiz in their fight and showing that he's not all about the wrestling. Against Formiga he threw a lot of overhand rights and used the switch in step to keep his opponent on the back foot. This left him open to counter shots a few times and was caught against Formiga on more than one occasion, which Figueiredo will surely be looking for. Formiga took Benavidez's back in this fight, but again, he showed great scrambling to get out of trouble and get back to his feet. Benavidez was cut early in this fight, and showed grit to fight through it with blood pouring into his eye and still landing big shots. Again, Formiga shoots on Benavidez, but he showed great cardio in the later stages of the fight and scrambled to end up on top. Figueiredo will be wary of this. He also used a range of kicks early in this fight, catching his opponents with 2 brutal body shots and mixed it up by targeting the calf. If Benavidez wants to slow down Figueiredo in the early stages, these could come into play. He eventually stopped Formiga with a head kick, that was followed up with an overhand right and a flurry of punches that dropped his opponent. I believe Benavidez's pressure and cardio will eventually be too much for Figueiredo. I think Benavidez will look to utilize his ground game and control Figueiredo on the floor, mixing in kicks to slow his opponent down. Benavidez is susceptible to shots and he leads with his head when throwing overhand rights, but if he can avoid getting caught, he will win by decision. Let us know who you think will win in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe.